Hey, people.
Hey people, notice anything different?
Is it a filter? Is
What?
it a filter? A ginger filter for St. Patrick's Day?
Mm, no, girl, I actually did it.
Wait, is that your temporary hair dye or that's ginger?
It's temporary, but this is lasting a lot longer than my other one.
Like that's not the pink one that you had?
No, this is orange.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
for St. Patrick's Day. So,
Of course. Of course. Does your school have the run of the gingers and stuff?
no, because it's spring break, so we don't, like, nobody's here. That's
Uh,
why I'm filming in my apartment, because I'm the only one here for a few days.
Same. Oh my God. Guys, don't come and attack us. Don't come to our homes and attack us because we're both home alone.
Yes, girl, I woke up this morning because I'm going on my little solo adventure. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited. And then I was like, what if someone sees me walking around alone and they literally kidnap me? Like,
We'll
there's
send
a
we'll
chance.
send So Simpatico Nation after them. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. All two of them, two of the
It's
people who
just
listen to
us.
5 minutes and then don't watch the rest. Yeah, they got me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay. I mean,
but
there's
it's
probably
fine.
like six, seven of them by now.
Okay. I don't know about you, but I've been getting people being like, oh, I've been meaning to watch your podcast. And it's
No,
like,
I don't. Because I don't really bring it up like in the way that you
I
do.
don't either. They're just like, oh, I saw that. You have a
Yeah,
podcast.
been meaning to do that.
Yeah, like, okay. It's not a
So
freaking
do it.
chore.
So do it.
So freaking do
Put
it.
us
I don't
on put
know.
us on while you're washing the dishes. Put us on while you're doing. Oh,
Exactly.
I was supposed to do laundry today. Oh no.
Still can, girl. Have you ever tried this? Really
Oat
good.
creamer.
It's really good.
I
Here's
don't
my
take
little
creamer in my
coffee.
coffee.
That's crazy. They not like
That's
us.
crazy.
They not like us.
Um, so I like the way that you're just like walking away from the camera, walking away from
No.
the mic.
Just give me 1 sec. I'm
This
just
is professional podcasting 101.
okay,
Never let
wait.
them know your next move.
Think is my flying. Um,
I'm as well.
hey guys!
Oh. Hey guys.
Welcome back to another episode of So
So
Simpatico!
simpatico.
That's lit. Okay, this is the last time I'm walking
This is
away.
episode 9. Guys, we're almost at double digits. Be psyched for next time we post for our 10th birthday. It's gonna be very exciting. Um, but in the meantime, just watch this episode, watch the last couple. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts.
That's where you
Really,
know
you
how
could
this
watch
is.
you could watch and listen to all three if you're really interested. But um,
Get our numbers up.
yeah. Anyway, so you're just waking up. My day is, drawing to a close. I've still got like 6, 7 more hours of daytime. But
Is it light out still?
yeah, can't you see the sun coming
I
in?
do. I was just
Never
it
light
looks like
when we do
natural
this.
light,
Yeah.
but
Um, if you were to ask me, Fiona, have you made some progress on your lab report? The answer would be no.
okay.
Fiona, don't
Okay.
you know that you have no time tomorrow to do your lab report and it's due Monday at 12 noon? I did. Didn't do it still, so. Fiona, are you gonna get an extension? Nope, already got one.
Right, right.
Right, right.
Right, right, right. That's awesome though. Like, look at you prioritizing your mental health
And yeah,
and
prioritize.
your well-being.
Oh, I can talk. Prioritizing my mental health, prioritizing my um time on YouTube, prioritizing um watching season 2 of The White Lotus. So, what's your adventure today?
Okay, so as I said, nobody's here right now. And I was just like, I've been meaning to go to this flea market for quite some time now. I've gone to like every single one except for this one,
Which one?
the Los Feliz flea.
Oh,
So that's an interesting part of LA culture. And I talked to my boss about this, who is a Latina baddie, and she was saying how like even like everyone in the Latin community like don't pronounce it properly just because that is what like Los Feliz is Los Feliz, but everyone says Los Feliz. And then San Pedro, but everyone says San Pedro. And there's another one. But like it's just a thing, which I think is really interesting because obviously there's a big Latin population in Southern California and like still we call it. I don't know.
yeah. That's like
Yeah. And
crazy.
obviously like
Yeah, just a certain pronunciation of something can take over.
yeah, because obviously the origins are from I think the Spanish conquistadores. I forget that like a ton, but I know that a lot of like they came up into SoCal. But anyway, I just thought that was really interesting. But all this to say, I'm going to the Los Feliz flea market. Then I'm getting on the bus, going to my favorite cafe here. Shout out Canyon Coffee. And then I'm going to the movies with my good friend, and I'm excited to see what he says about this hair because he is more dramatic. He's probably one of the most dramatic people I've ever met. And he's probably gonna be like, that looks so bad.
Is this our producer you're talking
Our
about?
producer, yes, our
What movie are you gonna
producer.
go see?
Black Bag. I'm actually really excited to
What's
see it.
that?
It's like I only heard about it when I went to the movies last weekend. It was a trailer. It has, am I making it up? Kate Blanchett and
I
someone
thought it was
else.
Kate
It's
Blanchett.
okay. I don't know anything. Let me see. Also, my last search history, because I decided to do this yesterday in Target. I saw a hair dye and I was like, I'm gonna do that. My last thing is looking up the reviews for this.
Honestly, like a ginger actually does like really suit you. Like I wish you were here because I feel like it's affected by the lighting a bit and like your shirt, but like it does it suits you. It's
Thank
cute.
you.
I like it.
I have a
I was just
friend at work who has been like telling me for a few months to be like, go ginger. And I was like, okay.
Oh, she hates you
Yeah. And she was like, get bangs. And I was like, then you really do hate
though.
me.
No, while you were talking, I realized I never actually said that I liked it and that you look cute. So
It's
sorry,
okay.
just wanted to take a minute to acknowledge.
Fine.
Anyway, that's awesome. Yeah, I love the hair. I like the matching shirt. You're going roll red up
Like
red.
my hair tie too.
I thought they said like gingers, like people with red hair, it's less flattering for them to wear pink and red.
Okay, so
I
I'll
feel like
change.
I feel like I read that in Anne of Green Gables or something. Like she was like going to a party and she's gonna wear this dress, and someone's like, "No, you can't wear that because of your red hair."
Okay.
Like sad about it.
That's good to know though, because I woke up this morning and I was like, ooh, I'm not loving this, but it's okay. It'll wash out. Um,
How many washes?
I don't know. It'll just fade.
Okay.
I'm not worried
Um,
about it.
Maybe you'll just always have a little bit of a red tint in your hair now, though.
Maybe.
Like Clara.
Really?
Yeah, she dyed her hair like red.
I don't remember that.
Well, it was over COVID, so she was
Okay.
working at that camp.
That was so
And
funny.
to this day, like she's in the sun, it's like a little bit tinted red still. They always say like red hair dye never goes away. But
I
that's
kind of
more
like
like
that though.
red than
Yeah.
ginger, but
I like when hair has like a red tinge.
Happy Ides of March.
Happy Ides of March,
You ever seen
bruh.
that movie?
I haven't. Have you?
No, but I want to see it because it's got Ryan Gosling in it and he's great.
I honestly didn't even really know it was a movie. I just know about like A
It's
two
not
Brute.
about it's not about the Ides of March. It's kind of
Oh,
completely different. But it's like, oh, there's a betrayal. Actually,
oh,
I don't even know that. I've never seen it, haven't read the synopsis, haven't read anything. I just know that I'm pretty sure it's George
betrayal.
Clooney and I know it's Ryan.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Um,
2 years ago, or last year on this day, I posted a meme that said, "You can kill the man, but you can never kill the idea." And it was like a picture of a Caesar salad. No one thought that was funny because
I
people
did.
don't know.
I found it funny.
People don't know what the Ides of March are.
That's a problem with our society.
Yeah, like in middle school, we were fully dressing up in togas on this day. One
We
day,
never took it that seriously.
1 year I skipped because I was like, I don't want to do that.
I feel like you as a child, like you have remained consistent in your, how shall I put this? Tenacity,
Thanks.
which like, yeah, like that's awesome.
Thanks.
I would have loved to have met a fifth
Never.
grader who was like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do it.
It was like eighth grade me, truly, because there is still a picture up on my middle school's website. If you know me, you can find it, I'm sure, of like my whole grade dressed up in togas. I think it was sixth or seventh grade. And I
Mhm.
am in that one, so
And you're looking like this.
I'm like, and then you
Were
can,
you ever
wow,
the
look at
type?
that glow up. Dang.
Dang,
We're gonna be
girl.
like, she looks exactly the same. And if you think that, don't talk to
Click off because you're not
me.
our viewer type
Unfollow.
that would click. Yeah, unfollow. Actually, don't. We need all the followers we
Please
can
don't do that.
get. Were you the type of kid to like, because I was, unfortunately, like get upset and then like this is so like situational. Um, um, if you got upset and your parents took a picture of you,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
they didn't have to be taking a picture of me. I would just do that. They'd say, they'd say, you're giving me the hairy eyeball.
And you're like, yeah, I am.
I made that face a lot. I still make that face a lot. I make that face when I'm walking. I'm always like this.
I have this one very distinct memory of I was on a hike with my cousins and my mom and my aunt and my brother, obviously. And I don't know why I was upset, but I was upset. And like I've always been the black sheep of that little group. Um, but like we took a picture of the four of us and I had my stuffed animal because that Twister, that's my stuffed animal. I have her in my room. That's my girl, okay? Anyway, I'm holding her, I'm like this. And everyone is like, and I every time I look at that picture, I'm like, ugh, like
I
I'm
just
so
smile.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Honestly, it just makes for a funnier picture.
Yeah, but then I just get embarrassed because it's
The
like
difference between you and I is that I would be able to remember the exact reason why I was so mad and whose fault it was.
top of the
Top of
morning
morning
to
to ya.
yous. Um, we just realized this is our St. Patrick's
St.
Day
Patrick's
video.
Day. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Um, and of course we want to celebrate. Ireland is such a big part of this podcast, and everyone loves an Irish girl. Um,
Love that.
yeah, guys, we really, as you know, we are both very, very proud Irish women. Um, pale as can be.
This is, hey, actually,
Hey,
this is our biggest holiday. 2 days from now,
it,
St. Patrick's
yes.
Day, biggest day of the year.
Hmm.
Bigger than Christmas, bigger than Easter, bigger than Arbor Day, bigger than
Bigger than
Guy Fawkes. Any holiday you can think of, St. Patrick's
Big,
is more important.
bigger.
I feel like we should delve into our experience, our like St. Patrick's Day experiences and stuff.
Okay, okay. Well, I was before we do that, I just want to comment on the fact that like maybe we rename St. Patrick's Day St. Bridget's Day because St. Patrick was not from Ireland.
That's true. He wasn't.
He was Italian.
That seems like appropriation.
Um,
Right, right. That took
no
a lot
offense
of
to the
effort.
Italians. I'm sure that there are some great ones out there, but we here on Sos and Podico always favor Irish people. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well,
I personally, what?
I'm Italian.
Like, it's not funny. It's not funny when you say that. Anyway, we, um, I don't know if you know this, my confirmation saint was Saint Bridget of Ireland.
Is he?
Um, what?
Who is that?
Girl. She was a saint. She was like born and raised in Ireland, obviously Bridget. Um, and she was just like a really cool girl. And so I was like, I did
Cool
my
girl vibes.
research. Cool girl vibes.
Okay.
I
What
did my
did you do?
research. Hang on, I'm getting there. She I was like who should my confirmation saint be? Who should my confirmation saint be? And then I landed on her because I literally was like, this was ninth grade. I was like, Ireland. Ireland.
You got confirmed in
Um,
ninth grade,
yes. When did you?
eighth grade.
Some of us are ahead of each other, I guess. I'm looking this up, sorry. I was like gonna try to go off the dome, but unfortunately my memory has
Yeah.
gone out the
No, I don't
window.
really remember who my patron saint was, but I didn't really choose her for what she did, like her life or anything. I just chose her for the name.
Well, I also love the name Bridget.
Oh, okay. Is it
But she is
Bridget or
the
Brigid? Because you keep saying it different.
Bridget.
Okay.
But I'm saying Bridget, it sounds like Bridget. Bridget.
Or is it that's just how you pronounce Brigid?
Bridget.
Is
Anyway,
Brigid pronounced Bridget?
maybe I don't know again. Um anyway, so she's the patroness of many things including poetry, learning, healing. I love healing people, protection. Wait, let's actually show them these guns. Hang on.
Did you get your
My,
tickets? Did you get your tickets?
did you guys get your tickets? Um,
Clip that.
blacksmithing,
Can I clip that?
livestock, yeah, clip it, and dairy production. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Um, oh my God, I remember this. Okay. In her honor, a perpetual fire was kept burning at Kildare for centuries. Some historians suggest that Bridget is a Christianization of the Celtic goddess Bridget. Like literally, my girl, my girl. That's
Cool.
my patron saint, and I feel like we should maybe her feast day is February 1st. Like, it's still in
February Sal's
February.
birthday.
Like, another reason why she's actually
The goat. She's the goat.
the goat. Yeah. Bridget, let's say a prayer to her right now. Okay. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Or I'll just do it. Dear Saint Bridget, thank you for all of your hard work and all of your many accomplishments. We here at So Simpatico appreciate you, and we would formally like to ask you to be the patron saint of this podcast and watch over us.
And her pod.
And well, she's on the pod right now. We're summoning her through prayer.
Right, yeah.
Um, Saint Bridget, your holiness is something to be inspired by, and we love you. And I hope you had a wonderful feast day up in heaven. Amen. Love her. So yeah, anyway, you want to cover our past St. Patty's days.
I just feel like there's probably no topping the one where we walked in the parade.
I agree. I do agree
That
with
was
that.
the best St. Patrick's Day of all time.
Yes.
That was like, that was truly, I had to convince many people in our school to do that
Oh,
because
I did not do that actually. I wasn't there.
everyone was like, why would I do that? And I was like, hello? It's the New York City St. Patrick's Day parade. That's iconic,
Hmm.
arguably more so than Thanksgiving. Who's ever heard of that parade? Not me.
Not me.
But like truly that was like, okay, basically every year for all of my life, I've watched this parade and I never was like, hey, I want to walk in it. But I never
Yeah.
really thought that that was like an option. I thought you had to like be Irish, like like from the country. And then the opportunity was presented to me and I was like,
Hmm.
no, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Um, I do remember,
And I was on TV.
were you actually?
Yeah. Because we stopped on like 67th Street or something, and because Ava was there, shout out Ava. She was
Love
like,
her.
my grandma said she just saw us on TV, and they had this big camera that like came in and like zoomed in on the crowd and stuff, and there was a clip of us all like waving, like
Were
that.
you in uniform?
Yep. And we got a nice
Like,
St. Patrick's Day edition of the crest on a baseball cap.
really?
Yeah, it's like white cap with a green thing on it.
Wait, that's awesome.
The picture. Yeah, and I met the Cardinal later at dinner. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Cardinal
What?
Dolan.
Yeah. Except I think he's a little controversial.
Yeah, but he wasn't at the time. There's
Okay. Oh, I remember seeing that. So though I may appear to be more than this, I am 50% Irish. And for all the viewers, there's no one watching this. For all the viewers who are hating on me for not hating, but like saying you're not a real Irishman, Irish woman because of my history or my genealogy, to that I say, I have I think I inherited the grit and heart of Ireland within that 50%. I am very, very close with my Irish grandmother. Unfortunately, my grandfather passed in 2016, January 2016, but I was very close with him. And we have in on that side of the family, we have so much Irish pride. We genuinely I like I love Ireland. And my grandma actually in her apartment has a sign that says, I'm Irish, what's your superpower? And like, oh my God, I literally love her. Like, I took a picture of that because I was like, yeah, yeah.
Good question.
Oh, anyway, another thing is I have both of my like sides represented on this hat. I have my St. Patty's leprechaun hat, and then I have my Mardi Gras beads, which shows that I am from Louisiana. And I have again, my name is very, very French, as you can see, Mélanie Menon Robichaud. Um, just a little something I have up my sleeve. And I'm proud of that too. I'm proud to be me. I'm happy to be me. I love being me. And I just really love being, I guess I'm French Canadian. I don't know. But I like being from Louisiana and I love being from Ireland. That's my little spiel.
Nice.
You go.
I am very Irish. I'm like, but the thing is, I say I'm very Irish, but I have no idea when like my family came over here. Like I don't know what gen that was.
Really?
Yeah, my mom's side is 100% Irish, but I don't know when they came over here. So it's hard to be like, yeah, 100% when it's like, all right, well, you have been living in the States for at least three gens. So,
Yeah.
um, and then on my dad's side, his mom is 100% and she's from Chicago. So it might have been maybe a little more recent that her family came over here. And her last name's
But
Byrne. Like they have like a crest and everything for that family.
really?
Yeah. And then my grandfather, my dad, like my grandfather's German and Italian.
Oh,
And
oh.
which makes me Italian.
Hmm. Um,
But I'm I'm 87.5% Irish.
that's awesome. That's actually awesome.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think I'm of the belief that, well, obviously, like I can't speak for Ireland because I'm like not Irish, but what I've seen in like culture and just interactions of people truly from Ireland and the rest of the world is, and this is what I love so much about Ireland, is they're so open and loving. And like when Iowa Debris was like, I'm Irish, Ireland was like, yeah, you are. Hey, yeah, you are.
That's because if there's one thing the Irish are gonna do, they're gonna love someone from Ireland. They're gonna love
Yes.
you.
They just like they love when their culture is appreciated. And like I think with their history of, their history with England and North and, Catholics and Protestants, I think that that has given them I'm saying them as it's a person, but as a country, I think
Yeah.
Ireland is pretty,
Yeah.
uniform in their empathy. And I think that that gives them a unique perspective when they get involved with international affairs.
Yeah.
And
I think they were one of the first countries to like be in support of Palestine and stuff like that. Like
yeah, they
they would
recognized
support like
Palestine's
history and
statehood. Sorry,
yeah.
I interrupted you.
No,
What's new? What else
I'm
is
used
new?
to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I really love that about Ireland. And I think obviously we have some great like artists from there. Paul
Yeah.
Mescal,
Horan,
Hosier, the
Saoirse
Cranberries,
Ronan,
Saoirse Ronan. Oh, that's my girl.
everyone on
Um,
Dairy Girls, although some of them were not Irish.
really? Wait, which ones?
Um, the girl who's on Bridgerton is English, and same with the guy.
No, she's Irish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
Irish.
yeah, you're right. I saw her on Graham Norton.
Oh, and she's a really, I like her accent a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I also like the girl named Saoirse, the blonde one.
Yeah,
Her
she's
real
funny.
name is Saoirse. She's
Yeah.
really funny. She has a good accent.
What was your
I
favorite
saw
Dairy
her.
Girl?
Um,
Because
I
mine
don't
was Michelle.
know. She was really funny.
I love Michelle.
Michelle! Should we do Dairy
Uh,
Girl accents?
no.
I told you, Michelle, you can't do that. That's my what's her name? Is it Claire? No, Claire's the main one, right?
Claire, yeah. The wee lesbian.
Claire. Yeah. The wee lesbian. I love that show.
That
Wait,
if
what
you
was
have not
the
watched Dairy Girls, you gotta
go watch Dairy Girls. Love Dairy Girls.
yeah.
Um, wait, what are the names?
Michelle,
The curly hair,
Claire.
brown hair. Claire's the wee lesbian.
Oh, the who's the like kind of kooky one? He had
What's
a
her
weird
name? Orla. Orla.
Orla, yeah. Um,
Orla.
the guy's name
I
is George. No, the guy's
no.
name is
I can't
the way
remember.
we could look it up, but we're just not.
I think it's more fun. It's more fun for us, not fun for nobody who's
Everyone's
watching
like,
this.
God, this stupid podcast. They're so quiet all the time. Um,
Yeah.
I forget his name, and I've oh, Aaron.
It's
Aaron is the main.
Aaron. Yeah.
That's such an Irish name. We got Aaron and oh, what's his name?
I it's not coming to me.
Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
but literally best show on God's green earth. James. James. And
James,
the
of
second
course.
case I knew it was James, but then I also read it at the same time, so. And Sister Michael, the next.
Like she was so
You ever
funny.
see?
Arguably one of the best.
Yeah, they did like an episode of Great British Baking Show. Oh my goodness, they were so funny.
I didn't watch it, but I've seen a lot of clips.
Oh.
But I might do that tonight. I might watch it.
Yeah. But anyway, I feel like other St. Patrick's Days have truly like just been like leading up to that one, you know. Last year it was kind of boring because no one here in Scotland really cares. So I was in the pub wearing this shirt and everyone else was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll day drink on a Sunday." What the heck?
That's annoying. What did I do? I don't think I did anything last year because I was like, I think it was spring break still. Yeah.
It's also funny to
Um,
me that like people don't know what day St. Patrick's Day is when that is like ingrained in my memory.
Same.
Like, how do
March
you not
17th.
know?
March 17th, girl.
It's like not knowing Christmas is on the 25th.
Exactly. Like literally,
I used to get off in school too. It was so fun.
really?
Yeah.
Well, we had off junior year.
Mhm.
And then remember when we were like walking around?
Yeah. I
That was
took
like
you all
a
to the parade. I was like, we're gonna go see this.
we're going to the parade,
Like all
guys.
it was our friend Clara's birthday party, exactly a month
Mhm.
after her birthday.
Yes.
And so
We all
we-
dressed up
yeah, we all went to
in
brunch and
dressed
everyone
up
was
in
green.
our yes.
Yeah. And then everyone after was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just go home. And we were like, huh? No, 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 we're going to the parade. There's a
You
parade,
thought this was just a one time. No, girl, this is a full
a
day
brunch,
affair.
and that's it? No, 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 no.
Mm-mm.
We're going to the parade. That was
And
a
I
crazy
remember
group of people.
it was. I remember Clara's mom came up to us like in the middle of brunch because she lives like
Oh, yeah.
a block away. And she came and she like put her like arms around people and she was like, Clara's grandfather was Irish. My last name was Doherty.
Is that where that comes from? I thought we were just pronouncing her name with like a little extra.
No, it's from Rachel.
Okay.
Like Clara would always be
Really?
like Doherty. Oh my God. But like icon.
That was a good St.
That
Patrick's.
was really fun. But we had fun. I remember being
I was,
so excited to like dress up. I feel like we
yeah,
coordinated a lot. Yeah.
I was
And you wore
listening.
your rainbow socks.
I did. I have, yeah, I don't know why I have those. And I don't have them on me. Yeah,
Ally.
Irish and gay pride all combined into one knee sock. Um,
Yes. Forgot.
I remember I was just listening to Niall Horan all day that day, and then it was stuck in my head, and I was like, "This is the best day ever."
I like St. Patrick's Day more than I like my birthday.
It's like, yeah. I mean, I literally get depressed around my birthday every year, so.
Same. Um,
But yeah, like
but
the
it's
year
coming up,
before
girl.
that was COVID. Like,
Yeah.
they're into COVID.
I feel like I think that day I had
Oh my God,
like
dude.
Irish soda bread, but that was it.
In second grade, we had a group like a class project where we compiled a cookbook of all of our like family recipes. Like everyone brought in one family recipe. And my family doesn't have family recipes like that. Like there's nothing that is like handed down. We don't have any real like cultural connections or anything like that.
Hmm.
So I'm like talking to my mom, 8-year-old little me, and I'm like, okay, I can't accept that we don't have anything. So because I need to bring something in.
You're like, we need to have something, Mom. We need something.
And so my mom found her mom's recipe for Irish soda bread. And this is something I had never tried. I think maybe I tried it like that St. Patrick's Day, like at the where we went the restaurant we went for dinner, they had some like because it was St. Patrick's Day, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
And
The raisins,
like I like raisins, but it's
I
just a
don't.
taste.
It
Um,
is.
so yeah, that
I
was
can taste it now.
really. I don't think I've had it since then because I'm like, well, I know I don't like that. So yeah, like that's just that that was my heritage cookbook. And then when my brother was in second grade, he he put a recipe for Halloween candy brownies that we made once.
My mom found this on New York Times one too. It's a family recipe
And you had
now.
to draw a picture, and he drew a picture. He drew a picture of the like meat tenderizer mom used to break up all the like candy in a bag. And
Yes.
that's not even the like worst and most random drawing in that book. Like we still have that book. There, this small girl, like I don't know what her dish was, but the drawing was just three circles. For sure.
Someone did that on the way to school.
Little kids are so funny.
They are. They are really funny. That's why it's like I'm sure, well, obviously teaching has to be one of the hardest jobs, but also like that's they're
I
so
love
funny.
the like videos online of teachers being like, here's some things that my second grade class said to me this week. They're so
Uh,
like that's the other thing like having like a kid, I just would not be able to keep a straight face when they're like doing something bad. I'd be laughing
same. Yeah.
and that would make them think, "Oh, what I'm doing is okay."
I'm gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I laugh at everything, so that's not my fault.
yeah. I would also like if they fell, I feel like I would have to like
Oh, I'd die
hold
laughing.
back. Yeah. I feel like I wish I was more of a sharer. I wish I shared more when I was little because now I have not a really hard time sharing, but I'm definitely like a little reluctant to share.
Like your feelings?
No, obviously I'm very open about that. I'm talking about like my stuff.
Oh, physically sharing.
Physically,
And you
yeah.
know
Like
what?
if,
That is so younger sibling coded. Like truly.
well, like listen, I share. I'm not like this is
I know,
mine,
but
but
you're hesitant to because
I
probably
am.
you grew up with things being just taken from you.
What do you mean?
Like I feel like younger siblings, like as an older sibling, I would
Hmm.
take advantage of like, oh, my brother being nice to me. Like I'm like, oh, my brother's gonna share this with me. I'm just gonna take
The
more.
whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
But
just
now every time someone asks me for something and I'm like, wow, I did not learn to share when I was younger. And it's a
and
little
that's
embarrassing.
okay.
Um,
You can teach an old dog new tricks.
okay. Thank you for calling me an old dog. In this,
You old dog.
what's that thing? There's a movie scene where, or a show scene where someone says something along those lines, and it's a woman they say it to, and they're like, let me get this right. In this scenario, I'm the old dog, not like exactly you can teach an, but it was like something like that. And they're like, yeah.
No, I don't
And
know.
they were in the middle of an argument, and it was like the woman was obviously right. Yeah,
Yeah, always is. I don't know,
yeah,
but if you do know, comment down below.
yeah. Um, okay.
But I
Well,
do feel
along,
sorry.
no,
I was gonna just segue. It was gonna be a really smooth segue, but if you have something else to say on this topic, go right ahead.
no, I was gonna segue as well.
Oh my God, we're so
We
symbolic.
are that's about it.
I think it's the shirts. It should
It
be our
is.
uniform.
Yeah.
So I just feel like this whole conversation about how seriously we take St. Patrick's Day and how special it is to us reminds me of this thread I saw on, well, it was a thread from Twitter, but posted on Instagram because I am not on that app. Um, that was like, what what kind of like elements of whimsy do you do in your everyday life to like have more fun or make your life more whimsical and stuff like that? And I do feel like taking St. Patrick's Day like as a very serious holiday is a good one that I didn't see commented. I was
I
if you had any that you wanted to share.
um
You do.
okay, well, I'm gonna preface this by saying I think that part of the beauty of that thread was that it wasn't people being like, I'm so whimsical and this is why. Like, I do this to be whimsical. I think the beauty of whimsy is that you do it for your own personal joy and not to be whimsical.
Yeah.
And
Or like
that
quirky.
I just, sorry.
Or like quirky or anything.
Yes. And I think part of what makes like my little whimsical traits fun is that I'm not like recording myself doing this or like sharing like this, I just did this, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why like I'm sharing this not to be like I'm so quirky and whimsical, but like just because it's a fun topic. Anyway, I love to dance. Like I love dancing and singing when I'm by myself.
Are you professionally trained in either of those?
No, not at all. And so, so much so that, well, when I was younger, I would sing a lot in the shower. And one time I
I
was
would
singing
too.
like loud.
Yeah.
Um, my
And my
brother,
brother and my babysitter are home, and I'm like,
yeah, same, same. My brother, one
did
time I
not
was
care.
hitting a high note, didn't care either. My brother is pounding on the door and he's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
That never
So
happened
that,
to me, but I'd come out and they'd be like, "We heard you."
and you're like, okay,
I know.
I know. But I do that here at school. And so like when I'm alone,
Hmm.
when I think I'm alone, I will be like jumping around the kitchen. I will be in my room. And like several times I've had a roommate or two walk in and like catch me singing and dancing. And it's been like slightly embarrassing
That's
because
like so embarrassing. Nobody.
again, I'm not trained in either of those categories. Yeah, so people walk in on me, which is fine. I'm not ashamed. Um, what else? I also love a side quest, which like everyone does. Well, not everyone, but like a lot of people. Um, and I really love talking to people. I love talking to strangers. It's just like one of those things where if you can strike up a conversation, why not? You know?
Yeah.
And like last weekend, I had a photography assignment where I had to like go around and take pictures of a neighborhood and people. And so I just went up to people and, asked if I could take their picture. And I met some really interesting people. And like one couple even was like, they were on their porch and they're like, oh, come on in. And I did. And then we just started chatting. So,
Ooh, I'm glad you're still
but
there, Queen.
no, they were very sweet. I was like, I trusted them. Because I talked to them first,
Yeah.
and then I was like, okay, you're not gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Um, Also the house was on a very busy street and the windows were big, so I was good. Um, and what else? I think the fact that I love improv so much is a little bit whimsical.
Yeah.
Um,
That's like playing pretend.
yes. I talk to myself sometimes.
I
I
think
talk to
people
my
do.
dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had mentioned that one before. um that people talk. I'm not like, Otto, you're so cute. I do that. Do. But I also am like, Otto, this is literally crazy what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And he's just my dog is
I
so
feel like there's
cute.
something intrinsically funny about talking to like pets or babies in like an adult voice in the way that you would an adult human.
I agree. I think that it's really, really funny when servers will drop the check in front of the baby and be like, you're treating? I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
And what else? I love doing arts and crafts. Now this isn't like whimsical. This is just like my interest. Um, Yeah. I
Our
feel like that's
back
it for
then.
me.
Yesterday I was in the library and this guy next to me was working and then he was taking a break. And I know he was taking a break because he pulled out some crocheting and he took out a hook and a yarn and he just started to go to town.
That's whimsy right there.
Yeah. Um, I feel like I do a lot. I don't know. It's just hard to think of, but I always like to name like plants and stuff, like house plants I have. I think that's funny. Like my poor aloe vera plant back home, Francine, she's like, first of all, she's gone through a full, I wouldn't call it a glow up, I call it a severe glow down. She looks like a different plant though. And like I don't
She's
know
a different girl
I
now.
don't know how to fix her, but she's like. Uh, I think she maybe gets water once every 2 months. So, but
I'm
also
struggling with that right now, actually.
you personally.
No, like I have a plant as well,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I always forget to water it, and
Yeah.
she's dying. So,
Yeah. I just think that's fun. And also I like to like if when I'm taking notes and I do like a little O apostrophe instead of like in titles of things. Like law O whatever it is. I just think that's funny. And I like to, anytime like hot dogs are brought up, I like to tell people that hot dogs take 4 months off your life, even though that's not true. Because I do really think that the reaction you get out of someone based on that information tells you a lot about them and how much
agree.
they like to have fun or not. Because a lot of the time I'm hit with a, that's not true. No, they don't. It's like, okay, you can't take it.
Okay, yeah,
It's just misinformation. I don't see what's so harmful about that.
exactly.
But anyway,
I also think in that same vein, our little bit, well, I think also our commitments to the bit is
yeah,
another whimsy.
yeah, sure.
And that's again for our own personal enjoyment. And so in high school, Fiona and I had this bit where if I couldn't hear anything, I'd be like, sorry, I'm deaf in my left ear. And then Fiona would be like, oh, like like from It's a Wonderful Life. Or no, you would say,
Yeah.
what'd you say?
George
You were
Bailey
like,
from It's a
oh,
Wonderful
did
Life.
you
Oh yeah,
like
no,
fall
I would tell the
into
story of what happened to George Bailey, which is that like if you said that to someone else, I'd be like, yeah, Mel when she was younger, she and her brother were like playing on a frozen lake
Mhm.
and like the ice cracked and her brother like fell into the lake and like she had to like go out there and save him and get in the water and save him. But because the water was so cold and she spent so much time in the water, the infection got to her ear and she went deaf in that ear.
And I would just be like this. Mhm.
And some people bought that. Some people believe.
Yeah. Well, some people were like, I can't tell if you're joking. And that is good enough for me.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
ugh. We need to start doing that again.
yes. Well, I've always been one to like make up a story about someone. I don't know if you remember this, but junior year, Kate left early for, I think, Thanksgiving break. And me and Katie were like, Kate moved to Italy. Like she,
I thought she was like on a trip to Italy. I genuinely did think that happened because I don't think I heard it from you or Katie. I feel like I heard it
yeah.
from someone else.
Well, yeah, because we started like this rumor.
Yeah.
We texted Kate, we were like, tell everyone like you're in Italy and you moved. And we went up to Miss Rossi and we were like, tell everyone that she's not like we were like, she didn't say goodbye. Everyone's like, that you're lying. We're like, no, ask Miss Rossi. And they were like, Miss Rossi came to Italy. And she was like, yeah, like she sent me an email. Why?
I
And
love it when
then
people play along.
same. My fellow Ginger, I was in an Uber with Micah MacArthur, and I was telling the Uber
Shout out.
driver, what?
Shout out.
Shout out. I was telling the Uber driver that I'm heavily involved in aerospace engineering and that I'm currently working on like an AI project. Um,
Interesting.
and Justin, of course, was like, that's not true. She's lying. And I was like, you are
A
the least
ruiner,
whimsical person I've ever met in my life.
truly.
So,
Yeah, I
anyway,
think he's a severe ruiner, and I can fully see him doing that in my mind.
yeah. I also like to lie to people when I go out. I will
Most
meet,
people do this.
yeah, no, I'm not saying like, again, this is not like this is unique. Like, this is just like a fun activity that a lot of people like to do. If I go out and like I get approached, I will just lie.
Yeah.
And one time, this guy was like, "Oh, what's your name? Stephanie. Where are you from? Kansas. What are you doing here? School." And he was like, "Okay, what's your story or whatever?" And I was like, "Well, I'm studying to become a nun, and I wanted to just go straight into the sisterhood, but my advisors in the church told me to go to college, get a degree, and then I can come back." And he was like, "What?" And he believed me. And he kept being like, "Well, we can have fun tonight, right?" And I was like, "Nope, no, we can't."
Nope. I'm already sworn to
I
attack.
said, I was like, and then I kept doing this. And it was very crowded, and I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just
I think we should
rambled
do a
along.
special St. Patrick's Day edition of What's Up with Timothy Chalamet
I agree.
doing. He just posted from like the woods somewhere. I saw
I
that.
did see that. He was like, "Thank you guys for
Yeah.
7 years, whatever. Love you." Um,
Ugh, boring.
Boring.
And for St. Patrick's Day, do you think he's not Irish at all? So
But I
probably
think
not.
well, he's very close friends with Saoirse Ronan.
That's true. But the Irish don't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day like the Irish Catholics do. The Irish and the American Irish Catholics.
Um, well, I think that he's still gonna celebrate. I think I think his personality is very Irish, just in that he's like very kind and awesome. And, and I think he's gonna celebrate. I think he's gonna go to a pub in the city and just like have a fun time.
Yeah. Is he, but that's my question is like, is he in New York or is he in the woods? Because if he's gonna be in the woods this coming week, like I could see him being like, I'm taking a retreat, like I'm like after award season and everything, it's like now it's time for him to rest before he has to get ready for his next role. So he's taking like a week in the woods.
I think that's good. You
And in
should
that case, he's not doing St. Patrick's Day.
okay, well, come up with a story that he is in the woods and he's celebrating.
Well, I just don't, I'm saying I don't think he would.
Okay, then I'll come up with a story. Um, Wait, hang on. I just have to. mm,
What do you mean, like St. Patrick's Day in the woods? What's he doing? I think he's probably going on a nature walk. And I think he is like, with leprechauns and stuff in mind. I think maybe he will stumble across a rainbow and he'll be like, wow, isn't that ironic? Rainbow on St. Patrick's Day. Um, and I think that if he has access to like a local pub, I think he will have a pint of Guinness.
Okay. Okay. I think that those woods that he posted from are in Ireland. And I think that again, as you were saying, he was like, I need a break from award season. I need to like recenter myself. And he was just kind of talking to all of his colleagues and he was like, where should I go?
And
And
Ireland.
everyone was like, you want to center yourself? You want to be in a good place? Go to Ireland. And so he went to Ireland and he has found himself in these woods and he has been truly connecting. And he just stumbled upon some livestock and he was like, wow, these are beautiful creatures. And he was like, oh, I wish I knew how to milk. And he was just kind of thinking about it. And then he saw a vision of St. Bridget o' Ireland. And she came to him and she said, Timmy, as the patron saint of Ireland, he was also in Kildare, by the way. Forgot to mention that. Kildare County. And she was like, I'm happy to help you with this. I've seen what you've done in your acting career, and I think that it truly embodies, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, the spirit of Ireland. And I think I I would be more than happy to help you get some milk from this cow. And he was like, "Oh my God, this is so crazy." Nah, nah, nah. Um, and so he started milking this cow, and out comes rainbow milk.
Whoa.
Yes. And you're probably like, rainbow milk, isn't that just like a mix of colors and it turns brown? No. Every layer,
No.
no. Every layer is a different color. And every layer has a different taste. And he was like, St. Bridget, this is awesome. Like, can I tell people about this? And he was like, no, this is just
Wow.
between us, Timmy. And he said yes. And then he started praying to her, and now they have an amazing friendship. So
Yeah. Or
that's what I
they
think
will
happened.
when St. Patrick's Day happens.
Oh yes, sorry. As
Yeah.
I'm applying to become a patron saint in Ireland, an Irish patron saint.
Okay.
And so part of my application is like, because part of it is to become a saint, you have to perform some miracles.
Right.
And so my miracle is
Rainbow milk?
no, 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 telling the future.
Okay, okay. Um,
I don't want to step on St. Bridget's toes with the
no,
milk
for
thing.
sure. I
Yeah.
have a question regarding the milk. Um, so is that unpasteurized milk coming out? So like if Timmy were to drink that milk, that's raw milk, which is illegal.
So he would be drinking raw milk, but not in the way that people are drinking raw milk today for its health benefits.
Okay.
So it would be
It's more
like
about just like
un
living in the moment and like
yes, yes.
what.
I would not on that story I would not focus on the unpasteurized
Okay.
milk of it all. Um it's more of like a je ne sais quoi kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The question actually that I also have is Kylie there? Is
No.
Kylie in the woods with him?
No. If
And
anything, Saoirse's there and she's guiding him.
I did hear that like this summer, the European destination for people's vacations is going to be Ireland, specifically Cork. So, Cork, buckle up. You're gonna have a lot of tourists coming to you real
Yes.
soon. Last year was Italy, the year before it was Greece, and this year it's Cork, Ireland. Get
I'm
hyped.
excited for them.
Yeah,
I'm excited for them.
their economy is gonna boom like no other.
Straight up. Um,
All
yeah,
right.
I love Ireland.
I think we've made that clear.
Yeah.
The like just directional shift in the middle of this episode, um, I think pass that message on to our viewers
Yeah.
pretty
Yes.
pretty clearly.
We
So
love Ireland.
yeah, we will drop everything to talk
Wait,
about.
let's do a thumbnail.
Oh wait, let me take my sweatshirt off.
Wait, don't, you're covering your shirt. And move your hair, move your hair. Okay.
You.
Okay. What?
That's all we have time for, folks.
Thank you so oh,
If you liked this episode, leave us a comment, leave us a like,
and
and
subscribe.
subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed yet? That's crazy. All we
Come
do is
on.
free content, and
Yeah.
you aren't even subscribed to us. Don't you want us on your YouTube Explore page?
Come
Hello.
on.
Um, but also check us out on Spotify
Apple,
and
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts, guys. We are there. You don't have to watch us. Okay.
No.
You can just listen to us talk on your commute or while you're cleaning the kitchen or while
You're
you
walking.
are hanging out. Like if you want to put us
Yeah.
pregame, that's fair. Um, but I think that, sandwich us in
Ugh.
between Nokia and one of the new Cardi songs so that you can really
Yes.
keep that hype up.
Yes,
Um,
we will bring the hype.
yeah. We will. We already do bring the hype, so. But thanks for tuning in if you did.
We love you and we love Ireland.
Shout out
Bye.
Ireland, W country. Bye.